back and thank you for staying with All Angles. Now, the Zandile Mafe trial has hit another snag. His defense attorneys are disputing the findings of both psychiatric evaluation reports, and the matter has now been postponed to the 2nd of November. Mafe is the prime suspect in the arson case involving the fire that destroyed the National Assembly building. Reporter Kevin Brandt is tracking the story for us, and he joins us now live. Kevin, on what basis are they saying that the report is false?
A very good afternoon to you, Masejo. At the core of pre-trial proceedings at the Western Cape High Court is still suspected Parliament arsonist Zandile Mafe's state of mental health. He's been sent to the Fort England Hospital in Makanda by the state. An assessment being conducted there. The defense felt that they too should have an independent expert do an assessment of his state of mental health. And both findings concluded or came to the same conclusion, stating that Mafe is not fit to understand trial proceedings. Also at question is his state of mental health at the time the alleged crime was committed. So today again, he was not present during court proceedings at the Western Cape High Court. He appeared in absentia. His lawyer, attorney Levuyo Godla, told Judge Henny that he disputes both findings, that they've had discussions with Mafe, as they said they would have by the earlier appearance earlier this month. And the indication coming from him is that he would like to take to the stand when the matter returns on the 2nd of November, have his say in court, saying that he was not involved with the fire at Parliament, despite the outburst that we've seen in July, Masejo, in court, by Mafe saying that he said Parliament lied deliberately and that he would do so again. Today, Levuyo Godla also indicated that they will definitely come to court and that Mafe is sure that he would be able to understand court proceedings. So when we're back on the 2nd of November, that is the day we expect him to then be questioned in court under oath. He was not under oath at the time he had the outburst in July, and his attorney at the time said that that cannot be seen as an admission of guilt, and nothing can basically be read into that. But Mr. Godla spoke to us again today outside court, indicating that they will be back on the 2nd of November to come and state Zandile Mafe's case, that he's looking forward to take to the stand. Here's what Mr. Godla said, Masejo.
Mr. Mafe is disputing the findings of the panel from Fort England and is disputing the findings of the recently appointed expert. Now, automatically, when it is so, what follows, the court will wait for his evidence to be led in court, not for purposes of determining his guilt, but for purposes of assessing in terms of Section 77, inquiring whether he will be able to proceed and understand the proceedings or not.
And I think that's what I was going to ask you, Kevin, because not so long ago when he appeared in court, Mr. Mafe was recorded in the dock saying that he would do it again if he needed to, why he did it, etc., almost as though he was admitting guilt. But at the same time now, he's also saying that he doesn't accept the report from England. So where does this leave us? Where do we go from today?
Well, Masejo, as I've previously told you, that this pre-trial hearing started on the 12th of August last year. It's now been underway for more than a year, riddled by a number of postponements. We've seen incidents where Zandile Mafe, for instance, came to court. He did not want to leave the holding cell to come up to court at a separate incident. He did not want to leave Pollsmoor prison, making all sorts of demands, wanting a kettle, wanting a TV inside his prison cell. He also then at some point indicated that he would not want to be admitted to Valkenburg Psychiatric Hospital, where he's been before. That decision initially by the state was overturned by the Western Cape High Court, saying the procedure followed by the lower court, the Cape Town Magistrates Court, was not correct. After 2 days of Mafe's arrest following the incident at Parliament to have him admitted and being declared that he's mentally unfit. So we will see where this goes. The defense is sure that they still have a very strong case, that they will be able to prove that Zandile Mafe does not have anything to do with the fire at Parliament. The state, on the other hand, as I've learned, will present, if we get to that stage, even CCTV footage. There will also be expert evidence coming from a propellant expert, because during the very early stages of the court proceedings at the Cape Town Magistrates Court, that is when we got a bit of insight into the strength of the state's case, knowing that they will rely heavily on those types of specialized evidence when eventually the case makes it to trial. But as is the nature of a pre-trial proceeding, is that it wants to iron out any issues that might arise and might interrupt trial proceedings if and when this case eventually gets there, Masego.
All right, Kevin Brandt live for us there in Cape Town. Let's leave it there for now.